Shavai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, please read verse number 6 onwards, please. Vyamoha matra virato Swarupadana matratah Vitasoka virajante Niravarana drushtayah Samastam kalpana matram Atma mukta sanatana Iti vigyaya dhirohi Kimabhyasyati valavate Atma brahmeti nischitye Bhava bhavau cha kalpito Nishkama kim vijanati Kim brute cha karoti kim Ayam soham na ayam sohamayam naham Iti kshina vikalpana Sarvamatmeti nischitye Tusnim bhutasya yoginah Ayam sohamayam naham Iti kshina vikalpana Sarvamatmeti nischitye Tusnim bhutasya yoginah. All these verses, as you have been seeing, they're so very direct that if you know the language, Sanskrit language, and you understand the meaning of the word, which is nothing but yourself, after some time you don't need any book, need any description, need anything whatsoever. Because we are so used to words and words and words to gain the knowledge of something. It's just like perception, think, perception, sensation, emotion are almost an inextricable part of life. Where without those things, suppose there is no perception, no sensation, no emotion, is there anybody who wants to be alive? But that's what exactly it is, because for most people, perception is exciting, sensation is absolutely exciting, emotions are wow, terribly exciting, and without those things, no perception, no sensation, no thoughts or impression, emotions, the person feels absolutely down and out. What is there to live for in life? No material possessions, nothing to see, nothing to hear, nothing to touch, so boring, no sensation of any kind, no emotion of any kind, no intellectual delight. So what is this life? This is what exactly you perceive, you discover in yourself. When you see yourself who you are, is not a subject of a perception or a sensation or even an emotion or an intellectual deliberation. Your presence, in your presence, the perception takes place, sensations happen, emotions can take place, intellectual deliberation can take place, but if you are not the product of a perception or a sensation or an emotion or a thought. So the life becomes absolutely exciting. Are you getting that point? Because when the perception, which is the source of human entertainment, sensations which are source of human entertainment, emotions which are source of human security or entertainment or pleasure or living, or intellectual deliberation which is part of human existence, human living, suddenly are totally redundant. You don't have to perceive anything, see anything, hear anything, taste anything, touch anything, smell anything. You don't have to have an emotion, you don't have a perception, you don't have a sensation. To be yourself who you are. That does not mean perceptions are useless, sensations are redundant, emotions are a waste, or intellectual deliberation is useless. No, they are the icing on the cake. Understand? It is like the water is always there. Waves or no waves, water is there. But waves are a little icing. Waves are there, it is beautiful. Not there also beautiful. Water will not disappear. It's like silence. If you enjoy silence, think. If you enjoy silence, oh boy, what a statement it is. If you just enjoy being the silence, sounds redundant. But the sounds are nothing but the icing on the silence. But if you are depending only on the sound, then by chance this terrible sound of 20 plates are falling down here, what noise is that? Yes. And somebody plays a flute, oh nice, but apasruti, it's better not to listen to a sound than to listen to an apasruti, right? But whereas if you are grounded, if you are based, you are totally rooted in silence, what it is, every sound is a bonus. Every sound is a bonus. When you are happy, your every perception is a bonus. The presence of it is as exciting as in the absence of it. The sensations are as beautiful if they are not there. The emotions are so wonderful, so creative, even if it is not there also doesn't make any difference because there is no emptiness. If you are a person enjoying the sound, you feel isolated in silence, lonely. But if you are alone in silence, there is no loneliness. There is a difference between being lonely and being alone. When you are alone, meaning you don't miss anything, you don't miss anybody. When you say don't miss anything, that does not mean I don't miss anything in house, I don't mean anybody means I don't miss my child, husband, father, mother, wife. No. You don't even miss your own physical body, you don't miss your youth. You don't miss the companions of the youth, you know. But are you missing your youth? Good enough. You don't miss your thought. Forget thought of other people or other things. You don't miss your thought because thoughts are there. I am as exciting as even thoughts are not there. It is such an exclusive yet so all-inclusive existence. This is a paradox. This is the paradox about yourself. It is absolutely exclusive, yet totally all-inclusive. Silence is very exclusive, yet all-inclusive because all sounds can happily exist. Silence and sound can happily coexist. If the sounds are not there, silence will not die away, will not go away. Water and the waves can completely coexist. Beautifully coexist. In case the waves stop, the water doesn't disappear. Same thing also. You're being the yourself who you are, and all your thoughts, all your sensations, all your emotions, all your perceptions, all your impressions, every sort of experience in life can coexist. But in case it so happens, there is nothing to see or hear or touch or smell or taste, sensations are not there or emotions are not there or there is no intellectual deliberation, memories disappear, still you are existing. You feel lonely if your life is crowded with your thoughts. Are you getting that? If your life is crowded, okay? If your life is crowded because you think there is somebody, there is something happening, if your life is crowded with your thoughts, your life is filled with the perceptions, sensations, emotions of different kinds, activities of different kinds. In the absence of activity, what shall you feel? Lonely. Why people feel bored? Think. Simple thing. Ask yourself. Ask yourself. Very important asking yourself. A student goes to a teacher. This is a very important, beautiful story. Other day I was reading, I must share it with you. Simply fantastic. Not a story, just a one-liner. A student went to a teacher and asked him, "Can you please teach?" The teacher said, "Can you please learn?" Listen carefully. "Can you please learn? You know how to learn?" He said, "Please tell me how to learn." He says, "As long as I am teaching, you are not learning anything." Listen carefully. As long as I am teaching, you are not learning anything. If you have come to learn something from me, that is your beginning, but that is not everything. As long as I am teaching, you are not learning. The moment you learn to teach yourself, that is the day you learn. Fantastic statement. I say you are the happiness. This is your learning and information. You are your happiness. Yes. Suppose you sit down and you start thinking, am I the happiness? Remember the Tattva of the classes. I am not going to get into that, okay? In any moment of happiness, I am with yourself. Yes. You know what are you doing? In contemplation, you are teaching yourself. When the people who do not teach themselves, they do not learn. That is why they are very familiar with every thought, but totally stupid in life. Their thoughts are used only for passing judgment on others, because they have got all these criteria now. How to pass judgment, You should be happy, that you should be. All this nonsense goes on. You should be happy, you should not react, you should not be angry. Yes, it's always for others. Teaching is not meant for others. That day you learn when you teach yourself. The teacher knows 5 4s are 20. If the student doesn't know, what type of learning is that? When the student learns 4 5s, 1 2 3 4 5, 6 7 8 9 10, 11 12 13 14 15, 16 17 18 19. That is the moment. That is the time the student really learnt, because he taught himself. So ask yourself, in the process of this teaching, are you depending on this teacher, depending on the books, or you are learning to teach yourself? The day you teach yourself, you have made it. And what is that? The people, as I was telling you, people feel bored. Why? Because there is nothing to do. Because their happiness depends upon doing something, seeing something, touching something, tasting something, smelling something, reading something, all activities, doing activities. Secular activities, religious activities. Some people lose themselves in secular activities. Football game, tennis, car racing. Weekend, so go for car racing, right? Swimming, climbing, all these things. Other people are religious activities. Why, climbing there for extroverted, it will make you extroverted. Sit down, do your puja. If you do your puja, is extroverted or introverted? Listen carefully. Because you are sitting down inside a room, worshipping a particular form or chanting, is it extroverted or introverted? Because the object of your worship is outside. No, but when I do the object of worship outside, that takes me inside. There is no possibility if you don't know how to do it. And if you know how to do it, then you can go away to the mountain also, seeing a mountain externally, but enjoy the beauty inside. What way it is different? So which one is better? Sitting in front of a statue, listening to the chanting, or sitting in front of a mountain and listening to the sounds of the birds? Which one is more important? Depends. Don't say this is better, that is better. If you say the chanting is better, then this fellow will be holy religious fellow, will destroy everybody. And everybody is extroverted, unholy activities. Or this person will feel, why fellow is wasting time sitting down there? No. Both are wasting time if they are not returning to themselves. And both are using their time if they are returning to themselves. So which one is better? So this is the beauty. You learn. When you learn to teach yourself, that is the time you really learned. And that is the time you can also help somebody to teach. Because teaching is not, you understand? Teaching is not, you may be satisfied, I have given the wonderful points. That is meaningless. That is why in a teaching, the teacher never teaches others. I am continuously enjoying myself. Whether you see it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you see it or not, go beyond the words or not, the teaching is fantastic because I am enjoying the teaching. That is why while talking, I see the truth of it. While listening, you see the truth of it. Rather, I see the truth of it and I talk. But you listen to it, then see the truth of it. Are you getting that? There is a difference. The person who teaches first must see the truth, then express it in as far as possible in so many words. The person who is listening to that shall listen to the words and see the truth. Cycle is complete. It starts with myself, becomes a thought touched by the same reality. The thoughts become words touched by the same reality. The words, when it reaches you, make it your thought. And to make it your thought, to see the meaning of the thought, which is not a thought, is not a word, that is yourself. Thus the circle is complete. The communication is complete. So beautiful. In that process, neither the teacher depends on the students, nor the student depends on the teacher. It's so beautiful. And when there is a teacher and student, both are inside, how fantastic it is. Because your life is a continuous teaching or a continuous learning. You are being yourself as to who you are. Therefore, you can be a teacher, you can also be a learner. Which one is better? Fantastic. So you don't feel proud, I am teaching, I am superior, these fellows are learning, are inferior. No. How can there be inferior? He is immortal, infinity, absolute. You remember that day I was telling in the Guru Purnima talk? Never ever say somebody that the fellow is not fit for this truth. Why? Because he is the truth, but doesn't mean he is not fit for it. You can say the person is not fit for a job. He is not fit for a police job. Why? The policeman should be 6 feet height, very good health, very good physique, and this person is 700 kilo, 5 feet height. Huge pumpkin. Now what type of policeman is he? You can say that this person is not fit to be a policeman, this person is not fit to climb the mountain, this person is not fit to be that. But you cannot say somebody is not fit to be happy. Is it the happiness itself? You understand the conviction, where from the conviction of the teacher comes. Not from the scripture, it comes from being himself, knowing who he is. His nature is, he is the happiness, he is the absolute, he is the freedom, he is the immortality, and therefore everybody else is the freedom, everybody else is happiness, everybody is same. There is absolutely no difference whatsoever. As Bhagavan himself says, Ahamatma Gudakesa Sarvabhuta Sastita, Bhagavan himself says, I am the truth in all the beings. What is the question of it? When Bhagavan Rao talking that I am the one who is exclusively truth, every fellow is a Mandu, is useless. Can you say that? No. It's so beautiful. That is where this whole thing becomes so exciting. Because the teacher sees a possibility which the student himself doesn't know. That is why learning, please understand, the best part of the learning is the moment you start teaching yourself. Therefore, class is an initiation, like a diksha. A diksha is an initiation. Somebody is showing you something. Bas. Ultimately, you go back and you must see it for yourself. When you see it for yourself that you are the happiness, you are the absolute, and you don't depend on any one of these things to be happy, thereafter you accept yourself completely. All your thoughts are accepted, all your emotions are accepted, all the ideas are accepted, your ignorance about other things accepted, that you were ignorant is accepted, that there was little pain, pleasure, everything is accepted about yourself. And therefore your acceptance of everybody and everything becomes absolutely complete. Absolutely complete. A child was moving with his father. Just think of that. The child was moving with his father. And the baby had a nice doll, okay, beautiful doll. As the baby was walking down, tripped. When it tripped, naturally, the little doll, it was a clay doll, fell down, broken into pieces. But the child also fell down and bruised his hand. The child starts crying. The mom, papa, the father who was around came up and says, "Baby, don't cry, it's all right, it's all God's grace, it will be all right. It will be okay. As they do that, you hit the road and you should..." The child says, "I'm not crying for my hand." Then what are you crying for? Because that my doll broke. I'm not crying for this, but my doll broke. Then the father tells him, don't you think, you should also feel blessed? He said, why? Because your hand can be, you are crying for the doll broke also, of course, doll broke as well as crying for the hand. He says, don't you feel, you should feel blessed because your hand can be cured. But this little doll cannot be fixed. It is fixed once for all. Listen carefully. God has been so kind that physically to a certain extent you can be mended. Mentally you can be completely fixed. Whereas the toys of the world can never be fixed. Once gone, never returns. What a hopeful thing. Your physical world, your house broken, you may not be able to bring it up. Like in those people who have built the houses on the Ganges, right on the Ganges. One flood comes, it goes. Now again they have built it there, now again another flood has come, again it is falling. Now what do you do? It may be repaired, may not be repaired. But lucky, our body can be repaired to a certain extent. To a certain extent. Whereas your mind can be repaired for indeed, your mind need not be repaired. Mind repairing is what? Fixing, knowing yourself who you are. The same emotions were there and you were crazy because you are coming under the spell of it. Now you know yourself who you are and therefore you no more come under the spell of it. Therefore all the emotions will remain. Anger is there, hatred is there, jealousy is there, love is there, affection is there, compassion is there, friendliness is there, enmity is there. Every type of emotion, all the possibilities are there, but you are no more a victim of your emotion. Are you getting that? How fantastic it is. So what is the repair? Repair here, you are not repairing your mind. You are only understanding yourself. As long as people try to overcome their anger, that is why the anger management. Don't be angry. What is the don't be angry? Who doesn't know how he should not be angry? But he doesn't know how to not be angry. As long as you are there, listen carefully. As long as you are there, individuality, that long, every emotion takes different dimensions. Vishayan dhyayato pumsa sangastesu upajayate. Listen carefully. Amazing dimensions. The more you talk, the more nuances you see. That is why teaching has become a continuous discovery, because infinity possibilities. That is why the wonderment of this teaching is something ascharyam, aho vidya, aho sastram, aho guru, what a scripture, what a tradition, what a teacher, what a thinking, becomes fantastic. See that? You have known that, no? Vishayan dhyayato pumsa sangastesu upajayate. Now listen, the object, the Vishaya, this object, you go on dwelling upon the object. Please see. So who creates the problem? Object creates the problem, or you are dwelling upon the object creates the problem? Straight away you can find the culprit, no? Catch the thief. Who is creating the problem? Vishayan dhyayatah pumsaha. dhyayatah pumsa. The person who continuously dwelling upon the object creates a desire, sangastesu upajayate, develops an intimacy, companionship, camaraderie with the object. So, the object does not help you to develop the camaraderie or companionship. You develop a companionship with the object by continuously dwelling over it, thinking over it. So, who puts the seed of intimacy? You. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. So comes your intimacy, and once you are intimate with the object, familiar with the thought of the object, when you go on dealing, I want it. Who says that? Does the object want to be wanted? I want it. Kama sangat sanjayate kamaha. So you convert. Listen, you convert a thought to you convert an object to a thought. You convert, continuously dwelling upon the thought, you convert the simple thought to a desire. Think. So continuously dwelling upon the object, now you are creating the desire. I want it, I want it. Who created it? Does the object want it? Object create it? No. Sometimes you can say, I didn't want it, but that fellow went on telling me, have this, have this, have this. Yes, somebody can go on giving suggestion, but ultimate decision is his, yours. If you are weak, it looks like his, but it's yours. Because some people are so weak, they are persuaded to purchase something in a shop which they don't want. The salesmen are so smart. The salesmen are so smart, they can sell you anything. They can sell you anything. They go on talking so wonderful things about it, you say, you must have it. Unless you have it, as though you are going to lose out something in life. Just like the people say, you must get educated, you must have a job, you must get married, you must have everything. As though if you don't do it, your whole world will fall apart. That is how everybody is sucked into the stream. Think of it. Who does it? You are converting a simple thought to a desire. Then the desire is fulfilled. You got the thought, very strong desire, and got the object. Then the next is lobha. Can I have it more? Who creates the lobha, greed? You are creating. If you do not get it, anger. Whoever prevents you from getting that object, against him, your anger is directed. So who created the anger? What do you say? That fellow makes me angry. That fellow makes you angry? If you did not have the desire for the object, can he make you angry? Listen carefully. Can anybody make you angry if you don't have a value for the object that he is taking away? Suppose somebody comes to the ashram and takes a little dust in his hand, one handful of dust, and goes away. Will you throw a stone at him? Rather, if somebody says, he comes and takes a handful of dust and goes away, suddenly you will act like a sthita prajna. What does it say? Why are you worried? Dust. Bappa. But suppose tell him, he picked up a coconut, He picked up a mango, Ooh. Just think of it. From your house also, just think. But can anybody, listen carefully, make you angry? When I say, Swamiji, you are giving a simple example, understand friends. From simple things you shall learn how to accept the bigger things. You saw this MH17 Malaysian Airlines tragedy. One whole family, 6 of them wiped out. 6 of them wiped out, living for a long time in another country. Then before coming to their own country in Malaysia, they were gone for a holiday in Europe, and they are returning home. All the 6 dead. The people who are their father, mother, husband, somebody, suppose they are left out, whoever is relative, how they feel? If you know how to stand by somebody picking up a flower and going away, you shall also learn how to stand by when the time picks up a human body, a human being, your very great relationship, whatever your father, mother, very near and dear one, picks up and goes away. It doesn't matter. Exactly principle is same. If you have a value for it, some people value their gold more than they value their father and mother. Some people value their parents more than their gold. Depends. Depends on you. Why you get angry in relation to something or somebody, and why you do not get angry in relation to something or somebody, all depends upon you. Are you getting that point, please? It doesn't depend upon the loss of the object. The same doctor treats somebody. You are in hospital. Somebody's child dies. How do you feel? Oh, wow. That much. Your child dies? Your world collapses. Why? Think. Who is doing it? I. So every emotion you create, anger, hatred, jealousy, oh boy. It's individuality. So in case you have to understand one thing, which one you should understand? Only about yourself. So whom are you going to teach? You teach yourself. You heard these things, now you teach. Hey, how my anger comes? How my first thought comes? By my perception. How I become familiar with the thought? The thought starts picking up again and again, or I start dwelling upon the thought, I become very intimate. When I become very intimate with the thought of the object, then I want the object of the thought. True, I create my own problem. And if somebody takes it, I get very angry. Time snatches it, I get angry with the unknown or the God. If I get it, I want more. Oh my God. So I create my intolerance if it is lost. I get so angry with this thing. And the same principle in relation to a chalk piece, and a mango, an apple, piece of gold, a human being, even your belief systems. What is a belief system? What is a belief system? You start with the first thought, right or wrong? Is there anybody born with an indoctrination, if you can use that word? Is there anybody who is born indoctrinated, communist, born communist? He was born with a sickle and a hammer. Is it so? Born communist? Born non-believer? Born believer? Nobody. Your parents are non-believer, they give you those type of thought, you grow up with that. Your parents are believers, they give you that, they will start to grow with you. Grow up, you start growing with that. First thought. Please see, please. So if learning is picking up some more thoughts, what will happen? Are you getting that? If learning means what? Picking up some more thoughts, the thinker is remaining unaffected. The thinker is not picking up some more thought. He is already angry and he picks up another thought. I should not be angry. Now what type of teaching is that? It is teaching or it is frustration? I know I should not be angry, but I am angry. I should not be frightened, I should not be anxious, but I am always anxious. So you become pretentious. You say something and you are something. I should not be unhappy, but you are unhappy. That is where comes this knowledge, being yourself, who you are. And that is the time you discover the truth. This is what it is. What all we are seeing here. Na duram na sankosam. It's not far away, it's not very near. Labdhameva atmana padam. It is always gained. This is myself. Nirvikalpam, no modifications. Nirayasam, absolutely effortless. Nirvikaram, no changes. Niranjanam, untainted. That is what I am. Only I am. Everybody is. That is why you don't see any problems for them when they see a problem for themselves. You understand the point? This is the beauty of this teaching. You don't see a problem for somebody when the other person is seeing a problem for himself. How nice. Only such a person can help. It's like a doctor. You are afraid of the disease, but the doctor knows the disease and knows the cure. He says, you don't worry. Just follow my treatment 1 month, 2 months, you will be cured and get out. How convinced he is? He knows it is a hopeless case or it is a hopeful case. Whereas in case of the self-knowledge, there is no hopeless case. Disease, there can be hopeless case. Poverty, prosperity, there can be hopeless case. In a classroom, there can be mathematics, history teaching, somebody can be conversant with certain subjects, somebody may not be able to do well in that subject. Whereas in case of self-knowledge, everybody is same because you are that. So when you see this, nirvikalpam, nirayasam, vyamohat matra virato swarupa adana matrata. Swarupa adana matrata. Just being yourself, vyamoha matra, all the delusions goes away. You don't have to remove your delusion. Are you getting that point? What to say? Just open your eyes and darkness goes. You don't have to remove your darkness. You can't say, I want to see. Open your eyes. I opened my eyes, did not see. Can you say that? You just open your eyes and you shall see. You can't say, I opened my eyes and I am not seeing. It doesn't work. You see, you be yourself, automatically there is no more delusion anymore because I am the self. What was the delusion? Taking all that I have to be who I am. What is the delusion? Blaming everybody except the individuality. How fantastic. Why people suffer in life? Because they go on blaming everybody. My father was like that, my mother was like that, my brother was like that. So you are the only one unblemished. Huh? Sir, perfection is something which you cannot beat. You can't talk about it. There was a group of travelers in the desert. It's an Iranian piece of story. They were travelers in the desert. And after a long travel, when they were settling down for the night, resting, suddenly all those travelers were overwhelmed with a sense of gratitude to their camels. And look at these camels. How fantastic they are. Look at these camels, how nice they are, how steady, how patient. Non-stop they are walking, helping us, carrying us, taking us everywhere. How nice these camels are. Without them, we can't even cross 100 yards in this desert. They were so grateful. Then there are 5, 6 of them, they say, okay, let us do something in their honor. So one fellow goes into the tent and writes down a beautiful poem and comes out. Everybody shares. Another person goes and paints a camel so well, so realistic, as though he is really just getting up, and another person is trying to go over it. So realistic, so very nice. Other person goes and writes a short essay on that, glorifying the camel. The fourth person goes there, and he goes there and goes there. He doesn't come back. Whole night they are waiting, they slept off. Second also is not opening because the tent is closed. Because whoever is going to do the writing or painting or anything, for him, privacy. First day, second day goes, then after 2 days, he comes back. Not slept well, tired, little beard has come up and all that stuff. He is very, very tired, the fellow is. And he brings a bunch of paper. And what does he write? To write about a perfect camel, that much on the page. Rest of the pages. Because he said, to a perfect camel cannot be described. Because if you say it should be like this, that means it should not be like something else. That limits it. See how nice it is. If you say it should be 6 feet tall, that it should not be 5 feet 9. So what's wrong with 5 feet 9? So 5 feet 9, why should it not be perfect? Because the perfection is in every mood. Are you getting that? Whether you are 5 feet, 5 feet 9, 6 feet, 7 feet, it doesn't matter. Hey, whether it is a dust or a planet or a star, it is universe. Whether it is a drop, a wave or a whirlpool, it is water. So perfection is something indescribable. Perfection is something which is everywhere. You cannot describe it, cannot talk about it. Every one of us, are you getting that point? Every one of us, every little something in this universe Call it a dust, call it a leaf, call it a star, call it a human being, call it an animal. Everything is beautiful. Ishavashyamidam sarvam. Call it God, call it truth, call it self. The same thing everywhere. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat abhyakta murtina. By my unmanifest form, the whole universe is pervaded. Nothing remains untouched by the infinity. But the moment you say, I, you make yourself finite. Are you getting that point, please? Infinity does not shun you. You seem to shun the infinity. God cannot shun you. That is his limitation. Yesterday, as after the class, we were walking down, then somebody is looking at our trees and he said, oh, Swamiji, very beautiful. There is no water, but so see, you are all pouring water on the root. That is why the tree is growing up. But God pours water everywhere. I said, yes, God pours water everywhere, no doubt, but it must go to the root. Just like God has given us food, suppose plenty of food everywhere. If you don't take the food into your stomach, even God cannot keep you alive. Right or wrong? So somewhere you need to help yourself. Because there is tremendous amount of food, but you don't want to take it inside. What will happen? What can God do? So you are sitting in a library. Mandukya Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, all the Upanishads, 108 Upanishads, all the 4 Vedas, all the pages are torn and you are buried under it. What will happen? How much of knowledge you will get? As much food you will eat, when you are buried by the food, you will be dead. So buried by the books, you will be dead. One thought into your head is more interesting. You see the beauty? Because you are it. What are you looking for a thought? That is why you go to a teacher to discover you don't need a teacher. The teacher enjoys making himself redundant. When the teacher is enjoying himself, making himself redundant, when the scripture enjoys itself to making itself redundant, but the great holy people shall hold on to the scriptures and they shall hold on to the teacher. They hold on to God. If Krishna says, hey Arjuna, Ahamatma Gudakesa Sarvabhutasa, I am there in all the beings. But suppose it is true, but you be around me only. Krishna will feel uncomfortable. You will make God, you will make it impossible for even God to survive because of your holiness or hollowness, call it whatever. Because of my devotion, oh God, just be around me. The God will feel suffocated. In a particular form, in a particular form, if somebody has to exist, what will happen? Krishna should be only with me, not with the Duryodhana, not with the Yudhishthira, not with his own people also. Because I worship Krishna, so Krishna and me together. No, it's not like that. Krishna can be any form. Then why are you holding on to that form? You will be destroyed by your own logic. Oh, he is everywhere. Then why are you holding on to that form? But if you understand, you can say, why can't I hold on to that form? If he is in every form, why can't I hold on to that form? Yes, why not? But don't insist that everybody else also must hold on to that form. It's so beautiful. Ishwar. So once you see this reality for yourself, please see how nice. When everything else is broken in life, you may or may not be able to mend it. Your mind, you can. A man is gone from your life, somebody is dead, you cannot bring him back. But you can get out of, grow out of missing the person, right or wrong? When somebody is dead, can you bring him back? But you can grow out of missing the person. A relationship is broken. It's like a death. A relationship is broken. You may not put back fire into that relationship. You may not be able to. But you are able not to succumb to that thing. Because who you are remains unaffected, undisturbed. Please see that, and that is what matters. You must be yourself at all times. All times. You can't even afford to miss God. You understand? Even God becomes your companion, it will be a miserable companionship, because you will be going on crying that He is not there. And you know what is the worst thing you can hear? Suppose God means, just think of it, it's a very human. Then you shall complain to God also. See, I love you, I always miss you, but you don't miss me at all. So you want God also to miss you. Fantastic. Now just imagine you are a person lucky to find God as your lover or God as your beloved. Mr. God or Miss God. Whatever. It doesn't matter, He is both way, masculine, feminine. Suppose you are lucky to get Mr. God or Miss God as your lover or beloved. Since you don't know anything about it, He knows everything about you, but you don't know anything about Him. Now you think you have got a prize, you have got a trophy in your hand. God loves me. God loves me? No. I love God. God loves me. I love God. Right. Since I love God, therefore, I go on complaining. Do you love me the way I love you? He can't say no. Because if he says no, the idiot will be destroyed. Because how does the ordinary man loves him? Exclusive. You belong to me only. Don't look at that way. God's job also is finished. God is supposed to be looking at in and through everything, right? No, but the moment He is Mr. God and I am His lover or beloved, I have to put the clamp, the trap around His brain, trap around His nose, His eyes, everything. You don't look after anybody, only me. So by chance He loves somebody else, you see, you don't love the way I love you. You will make it impossible for God. What the truth is, love me as you love yourself. As much you love yourself. Can you love somebody as you love yourself? That is how you find yourself. I am the love itself. And therefore I like you. Why? Because you are me. Who you are, who I am, one and the same. Finished. What you have, if it is there, fantastic. It may be there, may not be there sometimes. But my love doesn't go away, because I am the truth. So the Ishvara, even Krishna, what does he say? Aham Atma Sarva Bhutase, I am the self in all the beings. That means you cannot miss God at any time. You cannot miss anything at any time. If you conclude that the particular perception is God, a sensation is God, or an emotion is God, or a particular idea is God, then you have limited it and you will not be blessed at all. When you see yourself for who you are, listen carefully, when you see yourself for who you are, exactly who you are, thereafter you discover everybody as they are. I don't feel at any time, I don't feel that anybody can ever push me away. You understand? Why people are afraid? I may be forgotten. I may not be respected. If you know the truth of yourself, what does it mean? You cannot ignore me because I am yourself. Are you getting that point? You cannot ignore me. This confidence must come in you. The other person in ignorance may think, I can ignore you, meaning he can ignore my body. He can ignore my thought, but can he ignore myself? It cannot. That is why people who think they are the physical body itself, when the body is ignored, they feel ignored. Emotions are ignored, they feel ignored. Or the body is respected, body is desired, they are feel very comfortable. The emotions are respected or desired, they feel very comfortable. The moment you have that type of equation in life, you are creating the possibility of misery and tragedy for yourself, because your body shall not be desirable all the time. Your mind may not be appreciated all the time. The things that you have may not be desired for all the time. But one thing which can be desirable and ever desired is yourself, who you are. Because that is something nobody can touch it. See the beauty. What can I say? Therefore, Bita Shoka Virajante, totally free from grief, they shine in resplendence. Meaning, there is no hint of a shadow of misery, pain, anxiety, anything whatsoever. And in case it is there, it is like kalanka, like in the moon. In the moon there is a little shadow. It enhances the beauty of moon. That is why there is a... Shankara is an amazing person, amazing person. He writes in somewhere in Shivastuti, he writes, "O Lord, you are such a wonderful..." Shiva, he says, Shiva, it doesn't matter, Shiva, Vishnu, all same thing, but he writes to Shiva, "O Lord, Sarvam, Shivamayam, everything is yourself. Even though I am so stupid, I am such a Rakshas. I may be a demon, I may be a Rakshas, I may be a devil, I may be stupid, I am idiot, I am useless. Gadhasya gadhoam, I am the donkey of the donkey of the donkey. But still, I know you love me." So confident, huh? So confident? Yes, because look at you. Kalankini api. The moon, even though it has got a stain, what is that? The moon has that mark, no? What is that they call it? The moon has that mark, okay? The shadow in it. You have put it on your head. It has got kalanka. Huh? It is stained, but you have put it on your head. Divjiva api, the snake, divjiva, double tongue. Double tongue means what? Deceptive. The fellow says now one thing, says another thing another time. You know, most people are like, Divjiva, even though the tongue, what is that boy, the snake is deceptive, you have double tongue, you have held it on him. Kam atyanta kamukopi, very lusty bull. Bull is a lusty, because bull knows only two things, eat and procreate. It doesn't, nobody can take him for cultivating land also. You can't handle that fellow. Atyanta kamukopi, even the very, very lusty, you have accepted the bull as your vehicle. And what is this I am? These are all PhDs. I am not even first standard fellow in doing mischief. Meaning, O Lord, you have everybody accepted in yourself. You have accepted. Meaning, nobody can escape. This is the acceptance of God. What is the rejection and non-acceptance of the ordinary person? How can he talk like that? He told one lie. He told one lie, you are rejecting the fellow. Your life is full of lies. How nice. This is where people destroy themselves. Because when you have got one set of judgment for others and another set of judgment for yourself, you have decided to be miserable for the rest of your life. Because other person's mistakes are visible to you. Your own mistakes are not visible to you. Whereas in case of the wise man, other person's achievements, accomplishments, and the highest accomplishment that his infinite absolute is visible to him. In that sunshine of glory, this little shadow of a seeing, not seeing, touching, not touching, doing, not doing is not visible. You understand? Do you understand, sir? When you look at a forest, do you mind that a particular tree has not grown to great height of 30 feet, but is only 6 feet too? When you are looking at a vast tree, do you complain that this little creeper has not 10 flowers but only 1 flower? The forest overtakes you. Infinite overtakes you. The finite mistakes, you don't recognize. The finite glories, you don't unnecessarily exaggerate. Not only about others, but about yourself. And okay, I have some capacity to speak or to write or to do something. What is there? It's all God's grace. That is why Bhagavan says, no, yad vibhuti mat sattvam srimad urjitameva tattadeva vavachattvam mama tejonsa sambhavam. Hey Arjuna, wherever you see any glory, understand it is my vibhuti. It's a touch of the divinity. Therefore, no man can ever own it up and say, I am like that. As much you cannot accept your glory, that much also don't condemn yourself for a little limitation. It's all because of ignorance. Once you know yourself, everything has a beauty. Samastam kalpana matram. Atma mukta sanatana. Samasta kalpana matram. Good, bad, right, wrong. It will come, it will turn. Dharma, adharma. It will all come. I should have been in a hurry. Samastam kalpana matram. Atma mukta sanatana. Every other identity of yourself is your kalpana, is your imagination. Meaning, you are holding on to a passing dream as an absolute reality. You believe these passing clouds are last forever. Every thought is a passing cloud. Every job is a passing cloud. Every encounter is a passing cloud. Every perception is a passing cloud. Everything is a passing cloud. It passes. That is why use it, if it has to be used. But if it goes away, don't be miserable about it. And if it lingers a little longer than your expectation, again don't feel bad about it. Because that is how it is. Oof. That is why, with this understanding, even if you want to be miserable, you cannot be. That is, somewhere somebody writes so nicely, those who want to be miserable, please don't come to Vedanta. There are some people who enjoy being unhappy. There are many people, many different types of people in this world, You think everybody wants to enjoy life? The more they are pained, the better it is. Why? They can give everybody guilt. How much I have sacrificed? How much I suffered for you? God. What do you call these fellows? Those who see suffering in the holiness, or the other way around. Those who see holiness in the suffering, unholiness in the being alive or enjoying life as it is. What can you tell them? Or those people who see holiness only in enjoying, but shun little bit of inconvenience, suffering, what shall you tell them? Both are stupid. That is why yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihina yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandati. Whether you are austerity or indulgence. Now with crowd, now with nobody. Mitrari paksheho tulya. Sama satraucha mitrecha. Same in the enemy as well as in the friend. A person who helped you, you adore him as much as in the person who created a problem for you. How is it possible? When you are with yourself, it is possible. If you are asking, how is it possible? You better learn yourself. You still don't know who you are. Because for you, that possibility has not yet been a reality. Adveshta sarvabhutana, maitra karuna evacha. Sarvabhutana adveshta, never looks down upon anybody. Friendliness with everybody. Karuna evacha, compassion for everything. Everybody is acceptable. But suppose one person considers himself good and he considers others as bad. Now suppose you are a person, you accept the good person as much as you like, accept the bad person as much. You accept a good person as dearly, as much you accept a good person, that much you accept a bad person. No problem for you. Maybe no problem for the bad person, but the good person will feel affected. I gave you 20 rupees. When you are hungry, I gave you food. I am same as that fellow, is an idiot. Why? Because he wants to shine in comparison. He has not seen the incomparable reality. And the other person who feels humbled. Oh, Swami, that person done so much for you. As much you like him, you are liking me also. What did I do for you? You don't have to do anything for me. You are being yourself, that is more than enough. That is why Ishvara. When you say Ishvara, what happens? Ishvaro sarvabhutanam hruddesha Arjuna tishtati. He is sitting down everywhere in the same way. When that, what is that boy? Chandala. Manisha Panchagam, no. In Chandala, when he comes and tells Shankara, while coming back from the bath, Gacha Gachedi, go, get out of my, what is it? Kinganga Muni Bimbitambaramano Chamnala Vati Paya, Pure Bantaramasti Kanchana Gati, Rutkumba Yovamare. The sun that is shining in the Ganga Pani, water, Ganga Jala, in the Ganges water, and the sun that is shining in the dirty water of a cobbler, who is making dirt in the water in the dirty pot of a cobbler, where he is cleaning all the leather. Is there different that the sun withdraws reflection? If you can give a personality to that, the dirty water, he will feel humbled for the sun to say, you are shining in Ganges, you are shining in me also, you are so great. The sun can say, what? How can I be great? I am helpless. I have to be everywhere, no choice. Or suppose the Ganges can say, if you are shining in the dirty pot there, you don't shine in me, because I am a holy one, you know. So what the sun will decide? Okay, if you say not shine on you, I will not shine on you. I am shining there, don't worry. Why? Because that one needs me, because he is the one impure, he needs me. You are already pure, you don't need me, so go, get lost. Amazing life. You understand the dimensions as to how you become so beautiful a person? So beautiful a person because everything is accepted and all that happens from within you. You accept your limitation, you accept your weakness, you accept your strength, you accept your thoughts of every kind, your memories of every kind, perceptions, sensations, emotions, everything as it is. Therefore, everybody is also beautiful. So, because ultimately, samasta kalpana matram, atma mukta sanatana. Ultimately, atma, yourself, the I, mukta, eternally free, sanatana, eternally fresh, untainted, unaffected, unblemished. Rest of it, kalpana. Kalpana means not that imaginary means doesn't exist. They are there as long as you see it. Drushta nashta svabhava. As long as you see it, it is there. At one time, it will not be there. Hey, I saw you so, suppose you see somebody after 30 years, what do you say? Hey, you are that fellow? You are hanging around without a chadi. You tell that, don't you say that? Children, you are hanging around naked. 2-year-old, I saw you. My God, 6'2". Yes. The fellow has changed. It has to change. But because for you, everybody should be in the same position all the time. That is because you are on a good position and others are on a growing position. Right? Suppose everybody has to be same in the same position, what will happen? You know how cruel you are? You don't allow the baby in the womb to be born. You don't allow the baby who is born to be growing because you are 25, therefore everything should come to standstill. Nobody listens to your prayer. Everything must change. And as a baby, it was real, that much, gone. So now the baby is kalpana, now you are young. After seeing it, sometimes you see, hey, this is the man. Wow, I had seen him 6'2", strapping, muscular. Look at this now. Everything is falling apart. Tooth is gone. Spoons are... What is the same fellow? Can't believe. That's what it is. So that one is now kalpana. Yesterday is so, today is dead. That's what it is. Kalpana matram. Understand, it's not unrealistic. Listen carefully. It's not unreal. But it has its sokalepi tishtati. Existing, as long as existing, it will not last forever. Whereas consciousness, you cannot say, when in the first class I came, it was like a... After 1 year, it has become like a lamp. After 10 years, moon. Muni, now I am Muni. It's like a moon. Now it is shining like a sun. Truth has not changed. Truth is always there. The first time your mind was a huge block with a little crack, so you could see it a little. Now the mind is changing, growing. So it is become like a lamp. Oh, it's a little clearer, no? Right. Now what is clearer? This, when you say, when you are coming towards Madras and you say, Madras is coming nearer, Madras is coming, Madras is moving or you are moving towards Madras? Truth is becoming clearer means what? The truth is becoming clearer. That truth is always clear. Your head is spinning. That is why if you see the differences from last to this, that much of clarity you did not have and now you are having it. And there is nothing wrong in it. But once you see it as it is, thereafter what? Atma Brahmeti Nischitya. If you see this once for all, Atma Brahmeti Nischitya, that the self here is self everywhere, Nitya Mukta Sanatana, Abhyasiti Kim Balavat, what are you doing some practice to see it little more clearly? Meaning, it automatically drops out. There is no need anymore, because you are not there needing little contemplation or not needing any contemplation. Not naming something as agitation or not naming something as meditation. You just, oh boy, natural. In every moment of your life, at all times, all places, all conditions, sarva, sarvesu, desesu, all places, sarvesu, kalesu, at all times, sarvasu, avastasu, in and through every condition, you are the same. You don't want anything to change for you to be yourself. Take that statement and think about it. You don't want anything to change for you to be yourself. If only my mind is a little better, if only my body is a little like that, if only I have got good food, if only I have a good teacher, if only I have got a good scripture, if only I would have thought a little more, if only, if these type of conditions apply, thoughts are in your head, you have not understood anything, don't worry about it. Rather, you shall make everybody else's life complicated, because your life is complicated, you have not understood. For you conditions apply, therefore you shall apply all conditions for others much more heavily. Because you have not understood. Oh boy. What shall I say? Tell me after this. Atma Brahmeti Nischitya. Bhava Bhava Kalpito. Bhava Bhava Kalpito. That something is or something is not Kalpana. Meaning, for some time it is there. Now it is not there. Yeah, I expect it. Somebody helped you, now doesn't want to help. Somebody loved you, doesn't want to love you. The climate was good, understand, living, non-living, anything. The climate was good, now the climate has changed. What climate? Only rain, summer, water. Financial climate also. Everything was good, therefore the stock exchange, boom. Everything is bad, stock exchange burst. All these things will happen, then boom and bust will continue. Now you are young, now you are old. Now you are healthy, now you are diseased. Now you are diseased, now you are healthy. It will continue. But in all these cases, in and through all these situations, you remain ever the same, like the space. 100 times I have told you that. No, I hope you think it over, see it for yourself. In fact, you are it, you understand? I am giving an example. The examples are all your descriptions. When I say, like the space is summer, winter, spring, rain passes. The space is not scorched in sunshine in summer, doesn't freeze in the winter, doesn't get soaked in the rain, doesn't get new life in the spring season. The space is space. Space has no season, space is no season. Space is all seasons. Other things are changing. Same thing yourself. Who you are, always the same. Everything else is changing. That's your description. Sometimes your thought is like spring season. Wow, so nice. So, ordinary person will be reveling in the thought, not reveling in himself. So, little spring season, these days I am feeling very, very nice. So, you thought everything is okay. Tomorrow you see him, glum. What happened? Rainy. It's raining. Memories. Raining. Not cats and dogs, elephants and whales. Then after some time, what happened? Frozen. Hey, come, let's go. Why don't you come, get up and do something? What happened? Frozen. Then again another time, suddenly perks up, summer sunshine. All right, go. But very humid. The self is not a mood. Moods appear in the self. The moods can appear in the self. Thoughts appear in the self, but the self is not a thought. Who you are is not a thought. Therefore, if you unconsciously develop an individuality, and therefore get tired of your thoughts, and therefore you want to be little thought-free. So this is the one alternates between thought and the absence of thought, mood and absence of mood. Struggling, struggling, struggling. When you are not there, this individuality is not there, meaning you recognize yourself, who you are. To be yourself, you don't need anything. Sada mukta sanatana, eternally free. Therefore, every other thing, kalpana, comes and goes. Niskama kim vijanati. Niskama, there is no desire to know anything, do anything, be anything, because he is so happy with himself. There is nothing to be done to make him happy. There is nothing to be known to make him happy. There is nothing to do to make him happy. There is nothing to speak to make him happy. Tasmat, kim vijanati, kim brute, kim karoti. Therefore, such a person who is happy with himself, contented with himself, being himself who is he, kim vijanati. He doesn't wait to know something to be happy, or not to know something to be happy. Kim brute, what does this? He doesn't wait to speak something or to be spoken to be happy, or not to speak something to be happy. Karoti kim. Neither he waits to do something or not to do something, or he doesn't want something to be done to him or not to be done to him for him to be happy. No. Absolutely free. You understand this? What glory! But the people who get conditioned to listening to, you are the truth, you are the absolute, they will be resisting when somebody says, you are an idiot. However much listen truth, Shastra you may listen, I don't think you can ever get anything. Boom! Because his capacity to understand is questioned. If he is the understanding itself, does it matter about what capacity or incapacity? You understand how tricky it is? How can he say that, I don't understand? But if you understand, how does it matter if he says you don't understand? No. Because I enjoy when somebody says, I understand, because I feel very bloated up. You know, few people appreciate me. Very few. My understanding is so deep. Only few people appreciate me. And I like those people. These are all fools. They don't happen. How can they be fools? They are as much the Brahman, the truth, as much as the other person who is appreciating or not appreciating. If the other person is not appreciating, suppose I don't appreciate the sunrise, will the sun stop rising? If I don't appreciate the starry night, will the star disappear? It is there. Somebody appreciates their wisdom, fantastic. Somebody doesn't appreciate the wisdom, fantastic. Are they revealing themselves or revealing you? When somebody appreciates their wisdom, does he reveal himself or reveals you? He reveals himself because he knows what wisdom is. When somebody doesn't appreciate, who is revealing? You go to a beautiful shop, genuine crystal. The person goes there and says, how much that one is? Sir, 5,000 euro. 5,000 euro? 4 lakhs of rupees for the piece of glass. Whom are you revealing? To the crystal shop, if you go and tell this is a glass piece, now whom are you revealing? You are revealing your ignorance. But suppose you think you are a very connoisseur, so in a glass shop, you pay for the crystal and bring it back. Whom are you revealing? You are revealing yourself, that your stupidity. Oh. You understand, sir? Like some people purchase things because it is costly, therefore it must be good. Oh, this painting is 25,000 rupees, must be good. 2,000 rupees. They experimented on it, psychological experimentation. In America, most people drink wine, no. So what did they do? They put best, there is wine bottles. They changed the markings. They are supposed to taste it and purchase it. Taste it and purchase it. So unmarked bottle, marked bottles, where there are brand names, they changed everything. And can you believe, the bottles which are marked, everybody thought those are the best wine. Because how many people really know the tasting of the wine? Which was unmarked was the oldest wine. Everybody thought it was useless. I mean, amongst there must be 1 or 2 who would have known it. But the average people, they went for the brand. If this is true for the purchasing a wine, same thing true for the cake of, soap. It can be shampoo. It can be for clothes. It can be for the names of the watches. It can be also in self-knowledge, religion, branding. Branding. People go for the branding. You forget, sir. Should you be interested in branding when you yourself were born free from being branded? Which religion shall I follow? Religion is a branding, later on everybody has picked up. Which idea I should follow? Ideas are all brandings. Customs, traditions, thoughts of various kinds. Listen carefully. They are all required. But it is not required of you to identify with it and succumb to it. You see yourself who you are, because you are free from any type of branding. What the truth is, who you are, is beautiful. Therefore, one who does that, absolutely free, happy with himself, what is that, to speak or not to speak, to be spoken to or not to be spoken to do or not to do, to be done or not to be done with. To know or not to know, or to be known or not to be known. It doesn't matter. Ayam soham, ayam naham, iti kshina vikalpana. Ayam soham, that indeed is me. Listen carefully. I am not that. Who does this vikalpana? Who does this type of thinking, contemplation, ideation, deliberation? Who does it? I am not this. Struggling inside. I am that. Therefore, I am not this. I am not this. I am not this. I am negating my thought. No, I am not this. I am not this. If you are not this, why are you shouting, I am not this? Or positive thinking, I am this, soham, soham, soham. Please see, I am soham, I am naham, I am not this or I am this. Kshina vikalpana. These thoughts don't arise. Why? Sarvam atmeti nischitya. Atma sarveti nischitya. Having nischitya, determining or seeing very clearly that who I am is in and through everything. What is the question of speaking or thinking, I am this and I am not this? That is not required. Tusni bhutasya yoginaha. Yogi tusni bhava. Tusni bhava means chupchap baith jata hai. Not only physically chupchap, mentally also chupchap. If it is there beautiful, not there also beautiful. You don't resist a thought, don't crave for a thought. Ask yourself. Ask yourself. Are you afraid of a thought? Ask yourself. Are you afraid of a thought? It should not be there. Or this should be there. Is there an unconscious struggle inside to invoke a thought or to dismiss a thought? Is there an unconscious struggle? How do I know I am struggling? When you lose the freshness of the present. Because you are struggling so much inside, you are so much lost inside, right in front of you, a beautiful sunrise has come, right in front of you, kind, nice breeze is coming, right in front of you, the cuckoo is singing, right in front of you, a beautiful child is playing, but you don't see it because mentally, you understand, depressed, you understand? Then mentally you are possessed, preoccupied. Mentally you are preoccupied, listen carefully, when mentally you are preoccupied, naturally you cannot recognize, see or hear, taste or touch or smell the beauty of things around because you are preoccupied. Such people, how will they eat? Finished. Good, it was good. Sthita prajna, I don't know. Hey, everything is alright. Nice rain comes, fragrance of the worm, the earth, leaves beauty, as what is it? Kalidas says, Mahi Baspam Vimunjadi. When the rain, the first day rain comes, Mahi Baspam Vimunjadi. The Mahi, the earth, spreads what type of, what a beautiful fragrance. How many people recognize it? A little rain comes, falls on your body, you don't even feel it. Why? It's like preoccupied person, loaded. Understand? A person burdened inside, walking miserably. Nothing touches, nothing excites. The person wants to pass it on as what? Wisdom. That is not affected by it. Doesn't even remember it. Where is the question affected? It doesn't recognize it. Doesn't feel the touch of it. That is why your life is a constant excitement. In a sense, you are being with yourself. Not that your other people are jumping and dancing all the time. You can choose to do that, not to do. That's your choice. But you don't lose sight of anything. The presence or absence of thought makes no difference whatsoever. Tusni bhutasya yogina. There is no, ultimately, there is no struggle inside. Shall I do this or shall I not do this? No, shall I do, it's a deliberation, but that's not a struggle. If I want to do, I'll do. If I don't want to do, I don't do. But there is no struggle. Therefore, no anger, no hatred, no depression, no jealousy, no fear, no anxiety. Tusni bhutasya yogina. Tusni bhuta does not mean stupid, huh? Very, very conscious. Meaning what? Very nice, like Kalidasa writes in Shakuntala, Avijnana Shakuntalam, Kalidasa writes. Dushmanta, looking for Shakuntala, no? So he wants to trespass into the areas where the sadhu, the Kanwa, the great Maharishi is living there. So when he goes there, he says, hey, Dushmanta, you better be careful. This is tapodhana, guhyamasti tejaha. Tapapradhaneshu tapodhaneshu. Tapapradhaneshu tapodhaneshu. I may be missing one word. These tapodhanas, these are the people who are tapasvis, great austere people, those who are continuously contemplative and being with themselves. Guhyamasti tejaha. When you look at them, they will be absolutely peaceful. Inside, they are very bright, like the fire. In the fire, whole thing is burning. When it extinguished, on the top there will be ashes, which look so cool, faded white. Just like that it will be there. Faded white, the color that the ashes will be there. Put your hand inside the ash. Because it is burning coal inside, but on the top it is very nice. Wisdom is like that. Outside, unaffected by anything. Inside, conscious, totally conscious. That is why nothing touches it. If you are unconscious, you will unconsciously get cut by the adulation, adoration or condemnation. If you are unconscious, you feel very high when somebody says you are a good man. When you are unconscious, you shall feel very low when somebody says you are a stupid person. But when you are with yourself, it doesn't matter what the other person says. As I say, when the other person says something, they are not revealing you, they are only revealing themselves. And what is their depth of vision? Therefore also it doesn't give you an arrogance to say, they are fools. Why should I say? If you say that, you will make them greater fools. They will become more aggressive. Therefore, he is fantastic. His perceptions are, why? Cool down the fool. Ultimately, friends, you don't do anything for anybody. You are, it's for you. You see it very clearly. Sarvam atmeti nischitya. Na soham na anaham. No more struggle. I am this or I am not this. Not necessary. Na vikshepa. Read the next two verses. Very done. Finish. Beautiful. So we'll complete it. 11, 12 verses. Na vikshepo na chaikagryam. Nati bodho na mudata. Na sukham na cha va dukkham. Upashantasya yoginah. Swarajye vaikshya vrutto cha. Labha labhe jane vane. Nirvikalpa sabhavasya. Na visheshosti yoginah. Kva kvacha va kamah. Kvachartha kva vivekita. Idam krutam idam neti. Dvandvair muktasya yoginah. Kva kvacha va kamah. Kvachartha kva vivekita. Idam krutam idam neti. Dvandvair muktasya yoginah. Beautiful. So such a person doesn't feel vikshepa aikagrya, atibodha gudhata. That now there is a vikshepa or now there is a ekagrata, one-pointedness. Both are same for him. Understand? It's so beautiful. Because one who feels vikshipta, distracted, feels he is projected away from everything, agitation, he looks for aikagrya, I want to be one-pointed. Or one who feels comfortable, at last there is no thought. After some time, another thought has come. These conditions are not there. You are not frightened of this, craving for that. nor you are frightened of that, craving for this. Both are, every condition is one same, because you are the content of it. You know how to use it. Please understand, you know how to use it. Every thought. Which one is better? Please tell me, which one is better? More thoughts are good or less thoughts are good? Depends, no? Suppose you are writing an examination, no thoughts. You get a lot of potatoes freely. Ande, mutta, all the eggs and eggs, because no thoughts. Sir, paper also Brahman, absolutely. There is nothing, shunyam. Or therefore shall you say, all thoughts are very good. You just want to relax. What is this? You want to relax? It's a silly statement. You are always relaxed. But suppose at a time, a thought is not. You want to. It's a wrong statement. What is the way you want to? How can you want to be this thought or not? I am talking, that's why ignorant man's language is different. Because when you are wise, you know yourself who you are. What is the question of wanting or not wanting? When you don't understand this, sometimes you value thoughts, sometimes you value the absence of it. That is why you alternate between likes and dislikes, good and bad, right and wrong, papa punya, all these things should be there. I should not, it will come little later on. Nati bodhana mudhata. Neither you feel, oh, now mind is very bright or very dull. It's okay. If the mind is dull at this moment, let it be dull. I am going to sleep now. Or feel like wide awake. What's wrong? I can't sleep. You don't complain. Can't sleep, so what? If you can't sleep, be awake. I feel like sleeping, sleep. The naturalness of it. This is a Jain Buddhist story very nicely says. He says, one person goes and it's just a story. Any tradition, it will be there. One student comes and tells to the teacher, you know, I went to a teacher who can do tremendous miracles. So what is that he can do? Oh, he can walk on the water. He can read things from half a kilometer distance. He can make a tree come from that side of the river to this side of the river. What are your achievements? He is interviewing the teacher. What are your achievements? Yeah, I am a very simple man. I eat when I feel hungry. I sleep when I feel sleepy. Who is better? The naturalness. Naturalness. And not that is useless. It will have one place. That you have a capacity to do some wonderful things. That's fantastic. But if you can't sleep when you're feeling sleepy, you can't eat when you are supposed to eat, what type of life is that? You can't die when you are supposed to die. Resistance. Your body is falling apart, but you are afraid to die. All your achievements are useless. Because you can bring one tree from that side to this side, but you can't change your death. How beautiful. See. Na sukham na chava dukham upashantasya yogina. Yogina upashantasya. Upasanta jagadjiva sishya acharya ishvara brahmam. It comes in Mandukya Upanishad. Upashanta jagadjiva sishya acharya ishvara brahmam. In Mandukya, and also I think it's that one or the Advaita Makaranda. Same type of theme, so many places. Why name the book? The whole tradition is like that. Because same set of verses are one place, call it this Upanishad. Few of those bring it to another place, write another book. If you put Bhagavad Gita and Kathopanishad, so many verses you can see from Kathopanishad and in Bhagavad Gita. So, shall you say, copyright? You can do anything you like. It doesn't matter. You can do anything you like. You pick up this verse, that verse, that verse, doesn't matter. But ultimately understand it. Upasanta Jagat Jiva Sishya Acharya Ishvara Brahmam. When you know yourself, these Brahmam, these type of delusions, dualities, Upashanta, they completely fade out. What is that? Jagat, Jiva, Ishvara, these differences, that there is a creation, there is a God, there is a individual, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. These three things, nothing is there, only one reality. The Guru, Shishya, disciple or student, none of these, only one reality exists. So same thing, Sukha Dukkha, pain, pleasure, sensations will be there. But because of that good sensation I am happy, or because of the uncomfortable sensation I am unhappy, that doesn't exist. Who I am is absolute happiness. Tasmat Swarajye Bhikshya Vruttauja Labha Labhe Janayane Swarajye Swarajye. Now he is enjoying an empire. The whole thing. I am the monarch of all that I survey. Whatever I see is mine. That type of thing. Or Bhikshya Vruttau. Nothing belongs to him. He just asks. Karatala Vasa, Tarutala Vasa, Karatala Bhikshya. Tarutala Vasa, living under a tree. Karatala Bhikshya, the hand is the pot. Picking up some food, eating that food from the mouth, from in the mouth. Picking up some water, drinking. No pot even to call his own. Living under a tree, earth is the Sayya Bhutala. Digvastu Sayyamahi. Digvastu, the directions are the house, the earth is the bed, hand is the pot, eating the fruit, or the Samrajya, everything is his. Fantastic. Because to be happy, you don't need an empire or don't have to renounce an empire. That is what it is. The whole thought is to be yourself, who you are, you don't need an empire, nor you need to renounce an empire. Nor you shun a tree. If that's what one night, suppose, hey, doesn't it happen? You can be millionaire. But suppose you are traveling on the way sometimes like this. Plane crashes, you are not surviving to leave it. But suppose that the train stops in one place for 3 days or 4 days. What do? Like everybody else, you also stay there. But see the type of reactions that come from people. Some people can go completely crazy. One day uncertainty, shall he go, shall he not go? Totally crazy. But there will be some people enjoy the sunrise, sunset, new place. There will never be a chance to come to that totally unknown place and spend one day, no? Right or wrong, sir? You may say, I am talking some romantic nonsense. No, sir. That is what it is. Even if you are stuck, stranded in a totally lonely place, just enjoy it. Why? You will never get a chance to spend 24 hours there again in your life. Just explore a little something here and there. But suppose I know no chance to survive, try your best to survive. Cannot? Okay. I have enjoyed my life so long that I was ready for death any moment. Any moment the body can pass. So that moment happened to be here now. The train is gone. Nothing is there. There is an earthquake. We are all going to die. All right. Bye-bye. Are you ready to depart any time? Are you ready to part with your body any time? Yes, you have made it. I don't mind my body parting, but I don't mind my father to go, my mother to go, my husband to go, my wife to go. They should be there. So you can go so that they can be miserable. But you don't want them to go for you to be miserable, right? How generous. Hey, if you go so that you don't have to face your death, right? Others, let them face my death. But I can't face others' death. Who are you? Anything can happen. Therefore, Swarajye Bhikshya Vruttauja. You can give how many interpretations? Never ending. Labha, labho, jane, vane. Labha, alabha. Now you gain something, now lose something. What is gain, lose? Gain some, lose. Now suddenly don't think 50 rupees gain, 30 rupees loss. No. It can be gaining your youth, losing your youth. Gaining a friend, losing a friend. Getting into a new place, getting out of that new place. Gain and loss. Are you getting that? Gain and loss does not mean only 10 paisa, 10 rupee. It's not. Getting into rain, getting out of it. Lovely bounty, such prosperous harvest, drought. Wonderful friendship, treachery of the highest order. Love, total deception. Prosperity, now everything is taken away, totally impoverished. Think of it. It happens. Every day it happens. Chakravat parivartanam cha dukhani cha sukhani cha. Like the wheel it moves. Now you are on the top, now you are on the bottom. It can happen. That can happen. But what can never happen is your changing. Because you are always on the top or on the bottom, in the middle, in the center, in everywhere, in and through everywhere. Here amutra, here, there. Everywhere you are existing as it is. In you there is no movement, no change, no sense of gain or loss. You gain your youth, lose your youth. You don't gain eternity to lose eternity. You gain your body to lose your body. You get a thought to lose your thought. You get a friendship to lose a friendship. You get money to lose your money. But you don't gain eternity to lose eternity. There is no gaining. Atman labdhatvat, nitya labdhatvat. Eternally gained. Nirvikalpasya svabhasya na visheshasti yogina. Such a yogi who knows such a thing, na visheshasti. There is nothing special about him in life. Absolutely nothing special. How is everything? Super. How is everything? Useless. How do you say it is super and useless? Because it is there, super. Is not there, useless. Why do you like it? Because it's there. Why don't you want it? It's not there. When it's not there when you want it, you are in trouble. And it's there, you don't like it, also in trouble. Both are trouble, no. If it, are you getting that? What is not there, if you want it, will you not be in trouble? It is not there, no. It is there, you don't like it. Trouble. Take that principle from food to infinity. You go to somebody's house. What is there is idli and you don't like it. Starve. What is not there, you like it. What is the need? What is the need? How, in what way it helps you? You are dreaming of some Thai food. But what is there is idli. And when the Thai food is there, I don't like it. Beautiful. Youth is there, I am waiting for old age. Old age comes, I should have enjoyed in my youth, What is this? Who I am. Always that. Nirvikalpa svabhasya. Na visheshasti yogina. There is no such stuff. There is nothing speciality in life. Everything as it is beautiful. Such a person. Kva dharma, we shall see next class. Kva dharma, kva chava kamaha, kva artha ka vivekita. What dharma, artha, kama? This is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. This is security, this is insecurity. This is desirable, this is not desirable. This discrimination. Idam krutam, idam naiti. I did this, I should not have done this. Dvandveri vimuktaha. Tadrusha taneva jananti. Only when you are a person like that, only you can know it. Remember. Like yesterday, do you remember the story I told you yesterday? The person who is living in dirt, he goes into the atar, the most fragrant shop, suffocated, collapses. Bring little dirt and put it in front of him. Wakes up. It's like a man is in the dry fish shop for the day in, day out. He goes to the flower shop, he collapses. You know what I mean? So bring little dry fish, wakes up. A relative example, if the person who is working on the flower shop, take him to the dry fish shop, collapses. Bring little flower, he comes back. Who is better? Rende useless. The fragrance of infinity and limitless is totally different. It's so much so that people who take shelter in the smell of the dry fish, as much they collapse as when the person who takes the shelter in the jasmine shop. Somebody with dharma, somebody with adharma. Somebody with artha, somebody with insecurity, anartha. Somebody with desirable object, somebody with undesirable objects. Both are suffering. I want to be with this only. Idam krutam, this is a good thing I shall do, or this is not a good thing I cannot do. These type of people, all of them will feel suffocated and faint in the infinite freedom. They can't take it. That is why in the Upanishads you shall see that. What did the Upanishad says? Etagam havavana tapati kimahagam sadhuna karavam kimaham pavam karavam iti. These two things doesn't affect the wise man. What are the two things which affect generally everybody? Kimahagam sadhuna karavam. Kim sadhuna karavam. What is that? Something noble, good, righteous, I did not do. Repentance. Or kimaham papam karavam iti. Or what is something unrighteous, unholy, stupid, I committed. These are the two types of things which torture, torment everybody with what? Almost overwhelming guilt. So if you come to this knowledge also to get some guilt, what type of knowledge is this? This knowledge makes you free from everything. That is why when you see the tradition, when the people come to the teacher, go to the gurus, go to the tradition, what do they call? Yamaraj. Nachiketas goes to Yamaraj. What does he say? Please teach me. What is that? Not what is good, what is bad. Tell me what is the righteous thing I shall do. No, anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat. Yattat pasyashi tadbada. Tell me that something which is beyond dharma and adharma, good and bad, right and wrong, vice and virtue. Arjuna also same thing says, Yas sreyasyat nishchitam bruhitan me. That which is the best. Absolute. Not this is good, that is good, or this is bad, that is bad. No. Don't say victory, because don't say victory is defeated, better than the defeat. I have got so many victories, but still I am looking for another victory. That does not solve my problem. Prosperity is not better than poverty. Poverty is not better than prosperity. Indulgence is not better than renunciation. Renunciation is not better than indulgence. As much I am empty when I am indulging, that much I am empty when I don't have anything. As much I am tired of prosperity, that much I am tired of poverty. Take me beyond both, dharma and adharma, kama, artha, anartha, all these things. Idam krutam, idam na krutam. What is to be done, this is not to be done. Dvandvehi muktasya yogina. That such a person who has viveki, such a person yogi, who is thus dvandvehi mukta, free from this duality. That is, I should do this or I should not do this. Who thinks that way? Only when you are there, you think. Whereas for the wise person means, as it comes, if it is to be done, to be done, to be done, not to be done. Finish. Doesn't take pride in doing it, nor it takes pride in not doing it. Life is totally different. There's nothing called a sense of guilt or a sense of self-righteousness. Nothing. Everything is fine. That is why there is no such considered dharma, what is to be done, not to be done, karma, artha, none of this. Everything as it is fine. Krutyam kimapi naiva asti. Oh, we shall see that next class, okay? Krutyam kimapi naiva asti. Nakvapi rudiranjana. Kimapi krutyam. There is nothing to be done. By doing which will be better than what is now. Why people say to be done, kartavyam, krutyam, which already told in the last chapter, kartavya martanda, the son of S-U-N. Some people get roasted by the son of duty that I should do to my son, my daughter, my father, my brother, my mother, my people, my daddy. Oh my God. They get roasted. And if it is a pain for you to uphold what you are doing, Nobody else is going to enjoy what you are doing. Are you getting that point? Suppose you do because it is to be done. Why do you help him? Because he is to help, therefore I am helping him. What is the enthusiasm in that? It's safe. It is safe, no doubt. Think of it. If you could not do it, miserable. This is my duty as father, mother. It's very beautiful. In a relative world, it's very beautiful. It's your duty, listen carefully, it's your duty that you should help your child. It's a duty that the child should help you. But suppose you do your duty, you help your child, but the child doesn't do his duty and doesn't recognize with gratitude, what happens? Your duty goes for a shiksha. What do you say? I should never have done this. Yes. That is because you are doing it as a duty. Suppose you do it out of fulfillment. I am happy. Why are you doing it? Because it is to be done. The person recognizes, excellent. Doesn't recognize, is fantastic. Why? I did not depend on him for me to do something about that. That is why you are like nature. The nature doesn't wait to be thanked. The sun comes and shines and goes away. It doesn't wait to be cursed. So much of sunlight, so much of heat. The nature doesn't wait to be thanked. The monsoon has passed by. It doesn't wait. Thank you, rain, for coming and going. Wise man doesn't wait to be thanked. That is why even Bhagavan Shankara writes somewhere in Vivek Chudamani, when the teacher finished the teaching, goes away, Vichachara. He started moving about in the world. Did not wait for student to say, thank you for giving me this knowledge. What thank you for it? If you got it, you got it. If you don't get it, you didn't get it. What can I do about it? You move. Abba, your sharing is over. You are a lovely piece of the universe. A piece of divinity. A piece of infinity. What a lovely language. Huh? A piece of infinity. Wow. Close your eyes. See that reality. Ultimately, see that no struggle inside, no conflict. Always at peace with yourself. Friends.